Okay, so let's get started. I have a quick joke for you. That was it? No, just kidding. So this man, he's having difficulty financially. But of course he's very religious, and so he goes to his place of worship and he's begging God, God, please help. Let me win the lottery, God. Let me win the lottery. And he prays and he prays and he prays day in and day out. And the week goes by, he still didn't win the lottery. And the next week he's praying again, please, God, you know me, I come, I pray all the time, I help people, I do all these wonderful things. Let me win the lottery. And he goes on for about 2, 3, 4 weeks. And finally he throws his hands up and says, God, what's the matter? He says, I prayed for you 4 weeks to win the lottery so I can help more people around the world. And this booming voice comes out of the heavens. Buy a lottery ticket. So the lesson that joke does teach us is that God can't do anything if we don't do something. You know, I used to say that God needs a landing strip to bring blessings. So we have to build the landing strip to let the blessings fall on us. So the essence of what we're doing today is we're going to understand the signs of the times. Because every single person has decisions to make in their lives. We're looking for direction. We're looking for some kind of answer, some kind of solution to difficulties, whether it's individually or collectively. And the cosmos is always giving us a sign because we're always looking for them. How many of you have that special number or that special song or that special something that when you hear it, see it, or whatever, you say, aha, there's my answer. Right? We have things like that. So when I came to the center, for all my life, since I can remember being in spirituality since I was 20, I had this unique number, 1004. It was my birthday. I don't remember how I got started, but I would see it on the odometer, I'd see it on the clock, I'd see it everywhere. So I finally realized this was the cosmos giving me a sign. So when I had a question, I had a decision to make, I would see that sign, and of course I knew right away I had my answer. Yeah, took me about 10 years, 11 years till I came to the Kabbalah Center, and as we teach, consciousness is everything. So I'm asking myself now, as I'm teaching a class on signs, I started to realize 1004. Yes, I saw it a lot of places, and I would often see it, from my perspective, when I had a decision to make. But once I came to the center and I started to wake up a little more spiritually, I'd ask myself, what is 1004 telling me? If I have a decision, take the job or not take the job, and I see 1004, what did it tell me? Take it or don't take it. Whatever I wanted to do, go right or go left, and I see 1004. Is it telling me go right or left? Not telling me anything. So what I came to understand is that most of us who have those kinds of signs, the answer that we interpret from that sign is the way I was already leaning. So let's say a job. If I'm already leaning towards taking the job, but I'm not quite sure. So then I see 1004. It doesn't say take it or not, but because I'm already leaning that way, then that's what I assumed the answer was. Of course it's telling me take the job. If I didn't want to take the job, and I was thinking, no, I don't want to take it, but there's, being a Libra especially, maybe there's something there, 1004, don't take the job. See, the universe is telling me. Until I came to realize it wasn't telling me anything. I mean, I didn't do crossword puzzles, so there was nothing that said, okay, what number comes after 1003 and before 1005? Then I see the sign, 1004. Oh, that's the answer. But short of that, what is it telling me? What I want us to realize, though, because we're all looking for those signs. So it means a few different things to us. One, it means we do believe that not all the answers are in our own brain right now. Like I of myself, my ego self, if you will, doesn't have all the answers. That's why we're looking for cosmic signs. God, give me a sign. Universe, give me a sign. Somebody give me a sign. So one, we're recognizing and acknowledging today that there are cosmic signs out there that are helping us when we don't have the answer. And two, it is telling us that the answers are already available. They're already out there. And that's one particular point I wanted to make sure I brought up and reminded us again today. God's job is done. Now, before you get too confused, that doesn't mean God's not involved in the world. But remember, God is perfection. So perfection can only create perfection. And God is timeless, spaceless, motionless. So when God created us and the world, it's already perfect. So from that point of view, God's job is already done. We're looking for those signs because we know they're out there. We know that the right solution's out there. We know God's already put it there. And it's our job to look for those signs. Think about it from historical times, prehistoric times. People looking up in the sky, the stars, looking for signs. So we even call them, don't we? Aries, Taurus, Gemini, etc. What are they called? Astrological signs. Right? We're looking at the stars. What are the stars telling us? So everyone's looking for those signs. What I want us to realize today is we have a huge, huge opportunity to connect to a very powerful sign today. Exactly today. But in order to open that up, to introduce that, I want to share with you, for some of you who are newer to the center, that the Kabbalists teach us something known as windows in time. And just like our windows, we have windows around you, have windows at home. What do? The wall, you can't see through the wall. So if you're in your house and you're by the wall, the sunshine or whatever's on the outside, you can't see it. In essence, the sunshine, the evening, whatever doesn't come through to your house. A window means what's on the outside there has a way of entering in. Either you're seeing the rain, it's a nice sunny day, the sun is coming in, or it's night, if you will, whatever. So, Kabbalistically, the windows in time are cosmic openings when the light of the Creator is flowing into our world in a unique frequency, unique broadcast of energy, if you will. So today is a unique and very powerful window in time because it's a cosmic alignment. And any time the two things align with each other, it has to mean something to us. Two cars meet at an intersection. Yeah, exactly. We say it's an accident, right? It's a sign of something. It's a sign someone wasn't paying attention. I went too slow, too fast. We start again to interpret what that means to us. But just because one street goes this way and the other street goes this way, perpendicular, doesn't mean it's random, does it? No. Those were preset. So back to the idea of God's job is done, everything's preset in the cosmos. Meaning every possibility is already out there. You and I drive on the street, we choose which street to drive on, to make a right or a left, or go straight, go slow, go fast, etc. But everything's already set. That's God's job is done. We're already pure and perfect, but we're personally, from our point of view, on the path of choosing which way to go, how fast, how slow, how big, how small. That's our choice. But to understand from God's point of view, it's already done. God looks at the world. In fact, I didn't print the whole thing out, but if you're getting Karen Berg's weekly message, she mentioned the same thing, God's eyes view. That from our point of view, we can see all the chaos, we can see all the discord in the world. But when God looks at the world from that God's eye view, she calls it, God only sees perfection. Because God is perfect. So then everything is about our spiritual work and our spiritual growth. So the fact that we have this window in time where there's a cosmic alignment of something called Hanukkah, the first day of Hanukkah, and something called Christmas. What I want to share with us this morning is what does that mean to us? It's a window in time and it's extremely powerful as we will understand it Kabbalistically. So let's start with the idea of traditionally. What is Hanukkah for those of you of that tradition? So usually Hanukkah is to compete with Christmas. That's how I grew up. I grew up in a very, a very non-Jewish area. It was like me and my sister were the only ones in elementary school and high school who were Jewish, right? So I remember when we were 2-3 years old, what did I know? I see lights, I see trees, I see presents, all my friends telling us what they're getting. So I remember then we were told that Hanukkah was kind of dragged up out of history so that the little Jewish boys and girls would have something to compete with Christmas, so they wouldn't feel bad that their friends were getting presents and they weren't. Right? Tradition. Christmas, what's the tradition? The traditional birth of Jesus. But what has it turned into? Okay, presents, trees, lights, etc. And even if you go back and study historically, the birth of Jesus was not in December. And I'm not trying to step on toes or be critical, but it's a historical fact. And you know where I learned it from? From Christians. From Christians. But, as we'll discuss now, it's a cosmic alignment that's extremely important and valuable to us. So the idea of tradition, first off, has nothing to do with the lexicon of Kabbalah. And I had a very interesting revelation just yesterday. So it's fresh in my mind about this idea. Because most of us, whatever background you come from, you have traditional holidays. Whether it is Christmas or Hanukkah, or whether it's Easter and Passover, or whatever it might be. We say, what is it? It's a commemoration of some event thousands of years ago. We're remembering what happened way back when. But the revelation that I had yesterday is memory. How many of you can remember something about yesterday, the day before? Anything at all? But it's already at least 24 hours, 48 hours ago. How can you remember it? So we say, the brain and this and this. But how many of you forgot something that happened yesterday or the day before? How can you raise your hand? You don't even remember what you forgot. No, just kidding. Okay. Right? So what is Kabbalistically remembering and forgetting is continuity and discontinuity or disconnection. Meaning, if something happened a week ago and we can remember it, that means we're creating a continuity from that point all the way till now. There's a continuity of energy, there's a continuity of consciousness. So I can remember what happened then, 10 years ago, I don't know, my 5th birthday, whatever it might be. There's a continuity. So I'm connecting to that energy. When a person forgets, it means they're disconnected. So the event still took place 10 years ago. The energy is still there, but I'm not connected to it. So when we talk about commemoration, it's a disconnection. Okay, I'm trying to remember what happened then. But what does it have to do with me now? Nothing. I'm just remembering that. So there's a certain disconnect. Kabbalah is nothing about commemoration. It's about continuity. So in this case, what happened in this time of cosmic Sagittarius, in the creation of the universe, was a window in space, cosmic opening of miracles. Miracles. The energy of the miracles are available these 8 days called Hanukkah. So it's not about the Greeks and the Maccabees and what happened 2,400 years ago. It's about what's happening right now. But when they say commemorate or remember, it's remember, look, when the Maccabees overcame the Greek army, it's about realizing that we today have the power that they had then. Because on that day of the 25th day of Kislev, Sagittarius, when the first energy of miracles is entering in, the Maccabees taught us and showed us how to make use of that energy. So today we're not commemorating what happened then. We want to tap the energy that they used to overcome the Greeks. We want to use to overcome our challenges. Of course, none of us have challenges, right? Not at all. Right? So we don't need that help. The whole idea of Christmas, tradition, the birth of Jesus. In that tradition, the Savior, salvation, redemption from chaos, etc. No, again, with respect, but it's about us realizing we have that power inside of us. Hanukkah is the hidden light, it's called. Some of you know the story of Adam and Eve. When Adam and Eve were looking at those 2 trees, and we've talked about choice here before, standing in the Garden of Eden, heaven on earth, they have a choice. Tree of knowledge, tree of life. God says, eat of the tree of life, don't touch the tree of knowledge, right? Don't fall into the illusion. They're thinking, like we do, they're about to eat from the tree of knowledge itself. And it says Kabbalistically that the energy called Or Ganuz, the hidden light of the final redemption, the true light of the Creator, left at that point so they would not create eternal destruction. And that hidden light went a few places. One, it went into Hanukkah. These 8 days are our opportunity to reveal the hidden light. It also went into the Zohar, which is why our biggest mission in the Kabbalah Center is to spread the Zohar all around the world, to bring that hidden light to be revealed. And another place that it's hidden, that sadly it's really hidden till we wake up inside each and every one of us. The energy, the consciousness of Messiah, the Savior, Kabbalistically also, it's personal. It's individual and collective. But we have to start understanding it's individual. I have the power to redeem myself. Like we said, yes, it's a nice, cute little joke. Buy the lottery ticket so that you can win the lottery. But it's the same thing. If we don't do an action to allow the light of the Creator to be manifest, then that light won't be manifest. We can't just sit back and do nothing. All right? If it doesn't work with something as simple as eating, if you sat at your dining room table all by yourself and just said, God, bring me a sandwich, bring me a sandwich, bring me a sandwich, bring me a sandwich, how long would it take God to bring you a sandwich? So does that mean God doesn't have power? No. Remember, God gave us free will, free choice, and put the energy inside of us. So it's up to us to get up, go to the refrigerator, take the bread, take the whatever, and start making the sandwich, then sit down and eat. Where did that come from? Yes, that is what the Creator created. All the things that make the sandwich, even us, to have the ability to think, to get up and make the sandwich. But if we don't go do the action, then the light of the Creator cannot be revealed. So even the idea of the Messiah, yes, the Kabbalists say the consciousness of Messiah exists in every generation. But it's waiting for the people to reveal their hidden light on such a collective level that then all the darkness will disappear. Then we will all be redeemed from our chaos. So it's not about tradition, it's not about Christmas or Hanukkah. It's about understanding that there's an energy coming into the cosmos that's waking us up to realize we have the power, we have the capability to free ourselves from chaos, or heaven forbid, leave ourselves in chaos. We have the ability to create miracles or settle for the same old, average, whatever's going on out there. But you and I, as we look at the world today, because this cosmic alignment is so unique. In fact, I tried to look back in the calendar. The last time that these exact days aligned up that I could find was 1940. So it's not a usual thing. And in each year, as each year contains its own energy, then this cosmic alignment in this particular year, as we've spoken about, of courage, Tav Shin Ein Zayin, 5777, is the year of courage, which means spiritual courage, not bravery. Spiritual courage to stand up and be counted. We're talking about an alignment where for 8 days now, from this Sunday through next Sunday, we have the opportunity to reveal the hidden light that's inside of us. But we have to start thinking like God. And there's nothing sacrilegious about thinking that we can think or act like God. That's how our opponent, that ego self, will get us. Oh no, how can you say you're like God? No, we are a piece of God. God created us. We're not the totality. But again, it's our job to start acting like God. But what do we usually do? We think small. I'm a small person. What power do I have? I mean, look at all the chaos going on in the world. Do you think you have the power to stop it? Okay, one person. What about the rest of you? Oy, oy, oy. We all have the power. That's the point. That's where the opponent, this adversary in our head, got us. We don't believe we have the power. Right? We don't believe we have the power. So what did God put inside of us? Are we deciding today God is limited? It's up to you. That's how we've been acting. God is limited. I don't have the power to change the world. I don't have the power to redeem myself. I need somebody else to give me the answers. I need somebody else to give me the solution. No. Even when we're looking at the cosmos for an answer, for a sign, what are we really saying? God. But we're asking now the God inside of us. Let me have a sign. When you go home at night and it's dark in your house, do you just say, God, give me a sign that the furniture's still here? That my house is still here? That whatever? What do you do to see? What do you do to see how to move in your house, how to pick things up, how to go about whatever you want to do? Watch TV, go eat something, wash the dishes, just go to sleep. You turn on the light. Again, it's our power to turn on the light. It's not our power of the light. The energy that's flowing in, We can make use of it if we open ourselves up, if we start acting like God. The Kabbalists teach us miracles are created when we act miraculously. The first miracle is just to believe. I have the power. I have the capability. I have the wherewithal to change the planet. I have the consciousness of the Messiah. Doesn't take away from anyone else or any other belief. But we have to believe that I have the power inside me. That the power of the Creator is in each and every one of us. And when we'll see, like Karen said, God's eye view. Remember, nothing is random. Nothing is accidental. So when I opened it up this morning and I saw the God's eye view, interesting how it fits this. We have to look at every human being with God's eye view. God looks at everybody. What does God see? Imperfection or perfection? Harmony and order or disorder? So that's what we have to see. We have to see order. Now, am I telling you ignore the chaos? Am I telling you to ignore the chaos? No, that'd be just silly. So it's not about not seeing what's going on, but it's knowing that the solution is there. I mentioned to you I don't do crossword puzzles. Because the times that I've tried them, I can get maybe halfway and then that's it. I can't figure the word, I can't figure what the clue is telling me, whatever you want to say. Does that mean I believe that there's no solution? There is a solution. That's how they created the crossword puzzle in the first place. But because I in that moment can't find the solution doesn't mean there isn't one. So I'm not telling us don't see the chaos. But as you look around and see what's going on in the world, let us all know that there is a solution, there is a way, there's a harmony and order that's already set out because God's job is done. It's now our job to put all the pieces from our point of view back into harmony and order. It's up to us. And that's the beauty of seeing and understanding these cosmic windows. That there's an alignment that's giving us an extra boost to realize this year of all the times, there's extra help. Because Christmas and Hanukkah are aligning up. This time of miracles and the consciousness of the Messiah, salvation, are aligning and unifying. And where are they aligning? Not just out there. Inside of us. But if we're asking God for that sign to win the lottery, it's never going to happen. We have the sign already. Now it's our time to do the work. Now it's our time to do what we need to do to reveal the hidden light, to act like the Messiah, to create redemption not only for us but for everyone else. It's time to start waking up and realize the power that we do have. Not out of ego. That's the other thing. You know, there are plenty of people out there who think they're mighty powerful. Because they either have money or they have influence or they got something, or they have nothing and they just want to pretend. Remember the first time I saw, somebody out on the street begging. Do they look like they have power? Don't look like it. But this person was so confident and so assured of himself that I had to learn a lesson. Because my first observation, you say, okay, if they're out on the street begging, they must not have. So how powerful can they be? Made me feel good. I had more in my pocket than it seemed like they had. So it gave me power that I didn't realize that I had. Woke me up a little bit. But then I start to realize as I came to Kabbalah, we all have that power. It doesn't matter, the person on the street. And you know what the Kabbalists say? Everybody has a unique gift and talent. What the point of the Kabbalah Center is to wake us up. Stop being small. Don't shrink yourself artificially. We teach in the classes, one of the aspects of a big ego is the paradox. When people walk around and think of themselves, I'm a nothing. Oh, no, don't bother with me, I'm nothing. I'm a nothing. Don't look at me. No, I really don't. It's a big ego. Because what are they doing? When we think of ego usually, what does ego mean? Look at me, I'm the greatest, I'm the best. I want to be the center of attention. Well, when a person's walking around saying, no, I'm a nobody, I'm a nothing, don't look at me. What are they really saying? No, don't look at me. Don't pay attention. Right? It's also ego, self-centered. You and I want to have, let's call it a God ego if we want to call that. I have the power of God in me. But I am nothing until I turn that light on, until I reveal that hidden light, and I make a difference in other people's lives. So when you look back and you see the story of Hanukkah, or you see the story of Christmas, or any of those things, it's really about what? People who went out of themselves, out of their comfort zone, out of their usual way of acting and being, to create and make a difference in other people's lives. We have to decide what difference are we going to make, not only in our family and friends' lives, but also in the world. Because we have the power. We have the capability. This year, this cosmic aligning is teaching us not to think small, but to think big. Do we have the ability to change the whole planet? Yes. In 1 second. The prophets tell us that the final redemption can come blink of an eye. But we have to reach that point called the critical mass of light by revealing our hidden light. Individually, reveal your light. Go out of your way to make somebody else's life better, to shine your light, to do greater acts as we affirm every week. Love, kindness, compassion, generosity, tolerance, forgiveness. Do more of that. Let the light that the Creator put in you shine fully. And then one other piece. The whole point of the Kabbalah Center is one major thing. To make a spiritual community where every human being can come along as they learn to reveal their own light, their own power of redemption, their own consciousness of freedom from chaos, their own hidden light that the Creator put in. Me by myself, even shining that light, all of that light is still not enough. We still have to be joined together. So the point of the center is to create a spiritual community, a place where you and I can come here physically. We have people all over the world watching us who are joining in consciousness to add their hidden light that's becoming revealed. We don't want to remain hidden. We want it to be revealed. But to join together so that we can to accumulate, to draw together, to amass enough light that we will change the balance of power in the cosmos. That's what it takes. 50.1%. 50-50 is equal. Right? How many times have we heard, whether it's a mustard seed, a sesame seed, right, a wheat seed, whatever it is, what does it take to change that balance? Just that one little drop past 50-50. So by gathering all people from all over the world, the center is creating that community, unity, oneness of people who are doing their spiritual work, revealing their hidden light, making a difference in other people's lives, so that collectively, even if collectively we've only physically hit a few million people, 50 million people, 100 million people, but collectively, like quantum physics is now teaching us, we amass and we join together. 1 and 1 could be 12. 12 and 12 could be thousands. So as we join together with our friends on Facebook, people all over the world who are learning this, and we with our consciousness put our energy into this with a desire to change the world, then you and I together will create that critical mass. We can make the dream, we can make the hope, we can make what God sees, peace on earth, goodwill towards all mankind. Love your neighbor as yourself. We can. And we will make it a reality in this year, 5777, with your support, and gathering more light workers to change the critical mass of the balance of power to be the light of the Creator, as we all see from the light, the Creator's point of view. God bless.